Only 11% of people feel they can influence decisions in their local area, compared to 29% all over the country.
What we need to find out is how we can get them people to actually be involved more practically and to take on board their needs, rather than keep telling them that we've got a good idea and this will work. How about, actually asking the people, what do you need? What can we do to help you improve your lives? And this research project has done that. It's given us the opportunity to actually ask the community and ask people that we know, ourselves, and find out what they feel we can do to change the way the services are provided in the future. 35% of people in Vange and Pitsea that were questioned attended A&E last year, and I should know because I was one of them.
Many of the complaints are that people just don't want to travel out as far as Orsett, Southend or the Grays hospitals to access the care that they need. A solution to this would be to provide more services, better services and longer hours within the Basildon Hospital unit or within the local GP surgeries that currently reside in our area. A number of people in the area have been complaining about the fact that they have complex needs, which means they are visiting a number of services just to help themselves. A lot of people can't afford to travel or do not have the means by which to do this, or are physically disabled and unable. One of the solutions to this is that the GP services actually offer a greater availability of services, or that all their needs could be dealt with in one larger health unit.
Only 50% of people in Pitsea and Vange know how to get information on their social care.
For 20 years I was a drug addict, and for 25 years I suffered from clinical depression and still do. Over them years I've used the services over and over again and always been left high and dry once I've come out of hospital.
74% people want to improve on the cleanliness of their public spaces.
If the estates look run down, it gives the places bad names. They think that there's a lot of people using drugs and drink, and a lot of youths doing a lot of damage.
Not only does that need to be done, but we need a higher sense of community spirit and people looking after the place.
"44% of people thought health services weren't available when they needed them."
Considering that this area has high obesity, drugs and alcohol-related issues, this could be a problem. A possible solution would be to have gyms free to everybody. This project has been piloted in Birmingham, and so far they've had a great success with it. We're now trying to fight to have that in this area, because we believe that it would make great improvements for our local residents to be able to access good quality physical facilities when they needed to. This would tackle the obesity problem.
84% of people feel that more police are needed in Vange.
People are afraid to go out at night on the estates because they find that when they go around corner shops and other places, there's a lot of youths hanging about.
One of the biggest problems in this area is a lot of people say that young people cause all the trouble and young people have got nothing to do. To some extent, the former is true, but the latter is the truest. There is not much for us to do. So many jobs have been taken up and so much money gets wasted on things that we don't need. What would make a huge impact is if there was funding that was directed more towards keeping youth centres open for longer hours and on more days of the week, and putting money towards access for readily and easily accessible activities. For example, putting up football pitches or skate parks and things like that. Things that, you know, when we're in that point of our lives where, you know, there isn't any work and it's not time to enrol for college yet, that will give us that little thing to do where we're out of trouble.
One of the things that we found during the research was the way that the local authorities spend their money. There was a lot of unhappiness about certain projects that the council have undertaken where they've spent large amounts of money on lighting and things that people don't see as an advantage to the community. So there's a definite need to find ways of, although money's tied up on certain projects by the councils, to find ways where this money can be freed up and used alternatively on less funded resources.